Hello, and welcome back to Fallout 3. I'm Chance, also known as Moras. In the last episode, we made it to the Citadel, the Brotherhood's main outpost in the capital wasteland. Off-screen, I downloaded a patch that nerfs the broken steel monsters. All it does is just halves their HP in half, basically. There's another mod that basically reduces their damage output and whatever. I just did the halves for now, and then if it seems like that's not enough, I'll get the other one. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, we're here. We're at the Brotherhood of Steel. Also, off screen, it's been a while since I played, so the reason why I'm playing right now is because I really want to play. It's been a while since I played. Because editing all the videos has made a lot of content. Usually I just upload it once per day, so...
Between the courageous forces of the Brotherhood of Steel and their estranged brethren, the outcasts.
You honor us with your presence here.
Guess the other two in the sewers are dead or something, because they're still down there. So yeah, we're here in the Citadel.
You honor us with your presence here.
We're supposed to look up information about Vault 87 or something, I believe.
You honor us with your presence. May I start by saying that I am sorry for your loss.
Your hair is literally glowing.
I was acquainted with your father many years ago. The world has lost one of its few remaining visionaries.
Thank you for your sympathy.
Think nothing of it. Now, Dr. Lee has explained your predicament. You need to locate some Vault Tech equipment?
My father was looking for something called a GEC. Do you have one?
A GEC? Goodness, no. Certainly not. I must say that there are some who doubt such a device really exists, let alone works. If, however, you share your father's determination, I may be able to assist you in locating one.
So how do you find one?
Possibly. I'm afraid I won't be able to assist you directly. The news Dr. Lee has brought will require me to be elsewhere. I can, however, give you access to an old pre-war computer from Vault Tech. It may have the information you need.
You'll find the terminal in the archives in the A-Ring.
Okay, thank you for your help.
You are welcome. If you require further assistance, I may be able to help.
Okay, I believe this is a place where I could buy and sell gear. Oh, I could just take a plasma rifle? Shit, man, that's all you have to say. I already had one, but the fact that I could start repairing my gear is nice. Can you sell me shit?
Welcome. Quartermaster Durga here, stranger. I have to say, I'm not sure what you're doing in my armory. We run a tight ship, and unless Elder Lion says so, we don't trade with outsiders. Quartermaster out.
Very well. I guess I have to ask Elder Lions if I want to trade.
Welcome.
It's on that terminal. Oh. Recent experimentations with the AVF accelerated vector fusion have not gone according to plan. All scribes assigned to the lab should check the scribe Rothschild on a daily basis to obtain any modified technology parameters as needed. Oops, did not mean to close. Forgot they just have to click the screen. Warning, leaking hydraulics. It's come to our attention that several scribes have slipped on the hydraulic fluid near the eastern end of the robot lift. Though the offending pipes have been mended completely, please use caution in that area. I'll play the tactical assessment. Weapons: plasma base capable of molecular destabilization, armor, advanced power armor Mark II, transportation vertibirds. Tactical assessment: the Enclave forces that have occupied Project Purity are nearly identical to those we encountered on the west coast in the year 2241. Threat potential: severe. GNR Battle After Action Report. It is the opinion of the Sentinel Lines that the recent superimmune attacks on GNR was not indicative of a larger assault as originally thought. Instead, the forces that attacked the radio station were probably en route to the mall to reinforce their own kind in a prolonged battle against the mercenaries of Talon Company. Seems they are smart then. General robotic diagnosis. diagnosis. Diagnostics? Diagnostics. Rothschild has completed a full diagnostic. I could say this word, except I just can't right now. Words are hard. Oh my god, I'm just not gonna give up. The word of the robot. Here are the results: mobility 0%, navigation 0%, internal processor 7%, weapon system 60%, power manager 3%, voice module 100%. Its assessment of Scribe Rothschild is one of the power managers to use or solve. Mobility and navigation tests will jump to at least 50% within the acceptable operating capacity. And then notice Reading funeral cancel. So, is that how it's spelled? Is that how you spell funeral? I feel like there's an E somewhere here. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Due to certain unexpected tactical developments, funeral services for Initiate Reading have been canceled. A memorial service will be scheduled sometime in the future. Date TBD. TBD.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all Red Chinese invaders. Emergency Communist Acquisition Directive. Immediate self-destruct. Better dead than red.
Oops, stole a fucking clipboard. Historical records, projects. Oh god, there's so much. Project summary. Classified only. Oh, I guess military contract, codename Liberty Prime, Project Gold, no less than the creation of the most powerful combat robot with the battlefield has ever seen, with express goal of liberating occupied Anchorage, Alaska from its Chinese aggressors. Summary: the United States Army has succeeded in contracting both Robco and General Atomics International to work on the first joint project. The robot they create, Liberty Prime, will be the brand body of American military might, a walking, talking, nuke-tossing hero who will remind the world what it means to be a superpower. Fully confident that the presence of Liberty Prime at Anchorage front line will be to the Chinese what the Hiroshima was to the Japanese in 1945. Gerald Constantine Chase. Jesus. Capital Post article. By Walter Street Beat Moreau, Capital Post staff writer. In sterling turnover from their previous policy of complete covert development, the United States Army has confirmed that they are indeed working on a new super weapon, one designed specifically to crush the Red Force, Chinese invasion force, and liberate occupied Anchorage, Alaska once and for all. Speaking at the Army press conference at the Pentagon, General Constantine Chase stated, "No more secrets. The time has come to lay all our cards on the table so that the Chinese can see with their own eyes that we got a winning hand." The United States Army is proud to announce that for the first time in history, General Atomics International and Robco have joined forces to create for this great country a super weapon that will leave every single yellow-bellied red shaking in their commie boots. Fortunately for our readers, that's as specific as Chase is willing to get. While he and the Army are ready for China to know the U.S. is developing a new weapon, not quite ready to divulge what it is or when it will be ready for deployment. All in due time, rest assured, when this weapon is complete, liberty will come to Anchorage and hell will follow. Letter Dr. Bloomfield to General Chase. General Chase, I'm sorry you're being completely unrealistic. This is simply no way. The robot will be combat ready in 3 months. The chassis is complete. All weapon systems are online. The voice modulator has been programmed as requested, but the power consumption is still the primary concern. Neither Doctors Honeywell nor Park have yet found an acceptable solution. We hope that to subcontract Bolt Tech and utilize their talents of Dr. Braun, but apparently he's gone into seclusion working on one of their own projects, and they couldn't reach him at this point if they wanted to. So that's out. I'll give it to you straight, General. This is the biggest robot the world has ever seen. We haven't been able to find a power source small enough and powerful enough to get this damn thing running with all its systems online. In 3 months, might be able to guarantee the robot can walk into downtown Anchorage, but all of its weapon systems will be offline. Maybe he could just step on the Red Chinese. Dr. Stanley Broodfield, project lead. I see. So this is all pre-war stuff then. Diagnosis report may... Oh, this is recent stuff. Here are the results of the latest diagnosis. Yeah, we already read the other ones, so not as good. Still not as good. The voice is still working though. Current. I assume that's one we read over there. Yeah, weapon 63, 80. Yeah, it seems roughly the same. Yeah, work up to at least 50%. Lead scribe's journal. Oh my god. May. Another day, another setback. We have tried, of course, rerouting the power from weapons to the robot's other subsystems several times. Each attempt has ended up in failure. As the robot's overly aggressive combat subroutines, it's almost as if there's some kind of hidden pocket of AI that keeps pushing against us and refusing to let anyone drain power from the weapon systems. I guess it shouldn't surprise me considering why he is constructed in the first place. That's why I began work on the neural dampener in the first place. I was convinced I could trick the robot, thinking I had actually redistributed the power from some other subsystem. The damn thing proved smarter than that, certainly smarter than me. All I meant to do was fry some of his circuitry again and set us back another 3 months. July. I tired of trying to reroute power like some kind of snot-nosed initiate. I don't care what kind of drain it puts on the scribe's ability to search and maintain the weapons and armor. I'm proceeding with an AVF experiment. I could successfully create an accelerated vector fusion module, similar to the technology I saw Dr. Lee working with all those years ago. We'll have our first real chance of getting the robot fully operational. Maybe then the Western Elders will realize our worth. August 1st. Fortunately, the AVF experiments haven't gone as planned. Wadowich suffered second-degree burns, and at one point he accidentally channeled so much power in the robot's head laser it discharged nearly killed Elder Lyons. He was not pleased. Oopsie. Yeah, I already did that. Initiate activation sequence. So it seems like power is the problem here for our good old buddy.
I have those results you asked for. I sent them over to your station.
I need to collect my wits
What do you need? And I...
and figure out what to do next.
Yeah, he'll just literally follow Dr. Lee
Excuse
around like a puppy dog now.
Hail.
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 Hail, hail.
Need something, friend?
No, he's exploring. Is everything just accessible to me? I can just take what I want? I'm not gonna be pissed about that or anything. I'm gonna spend too much time exploring. Mess up. As far as I'm aware, there's only like 2 things worthwhile inside this place, and that's the armory, and then anything related to quests. Oh, I know, and the Elder Lion's location does have a unique weapon in it, which I think is an A-wing. Also, you could also ask one of these guys to train you.
Thanks for listening, children. This is Three Dog.
Oh.
And you're listening to Galaxy News Radio. We're Radio Free Wasteland, and we're here for you. And now a super important public service announcement. Don't beat the outline. That is all. Now, some.
I don't see anyone out here I could request some training from. Oh, is it you?
Hey, Initiate, you've got a lot of nerve to interrupt. Oh, my apologies, stranger. I thought you were one of these worthless initiates. I swear these kids would be lost without me here to powder their asses.
Found a Brotherhood holotag. What should I do with it?
Talk to Scribe Jameson. She's our keeper of the scrolls. She'll want to know what you found.
Where could I find James?
She spends most of her time in the archives. You'll find them in
that's where I was
A-Ring, near the Great Hall.
What do you do here?
I am charged with the duty of turning these maggots into Brothers of Steel. With the threat of the Enclave, they're likely going to be pressed into service before they've taken the oath. So I've got a lot of work to do.
Someone in the Citadel train me in power armor?
That would be me, but that ain't gonna happen. Not unless Elder Lyons himself gives you the all clear. You get permission from the old man, and I'll teach you all you need to know. Otherwise, I've got enough brats to babysit.
Yeah, so this is where you learn power armor. Although there is another way you could learn power armor too.
Killing unarmed civilians makes me sick. Come over here. Try fighting someone who shoots back. Fucking cowards.
They're literally across the water.
Why do you think I ride these initiates so hard? I make training hell so fighting those uglies won't be.
I have to go.
If you'll excuse me, I need to go show these fish how to shoot straight.
Yeah, so essentially, in order to learn how to wear power armor, you need to basically make it to this point in the game, or you could do a DLC which gives you an automatic training of the armor. But like no one ever questions how. They're not like, oh yeah, you know how to wear power armor. But then.
Hail. Name's Greg. Greg Bear. Most of the guys just call me Kodiak. Heard about that mess over at the Purifier. Don't you worry. You're safe here.
How did you end up in the Brotherhood?
Now that's a story. The only reason I'm here is because of Elder Lyons. You see, I grew up in the pit. Don't suppose you ever been there, huh? It's about 500 clicks to the northwest. Place is a nightmare. 3 irradiated rivers coming together. People there were not well. But the Brotherhood of Steel came down on the place with a righteous hammer. They called it the Scourge.
What's the Scourge?
It was a Brotherhood operation. They marched in and swept the place clean. Most of the people there were half-mutated, cancerous, vile things. And these people, rape gangs, torture squads. It was pure chaos there. The Scourge is the best thing that could have happened to it. This was way back, before the Citadel was fortified. Part of the early recon after the Brotherhood first arrived in this area. One night, a squad of brothers led by Paladin Lyons swept into the city from over Mount Wash, tearing apart anyone who stood against them. They were completely outnumbered, and still they razed that place to the ground.
How did you escape?
As they swept through, the Brotherhood policed up every non-mutie child they could find. Turns out there weren't that many. Me and maybe 20 others. The younger we were, the less of a chance that we were mutated. It was ugly work, no doubt, but it had to be done. I'll never forget the sight of the Brotherhood of Steel breaching the breast of the mountain at dawn.
How'd you end up back here?
Elder Lyons brought us all back to the Citadel. He said it was the safest place he knew of. This place was still being converted. He put us in as initiates and kept a watchful eye over us. He was tough, but he taught us to stay alive. The man's like a father to me.
It's pretty amazing, Kodiak.
Nah. The amazing
Kodak.
thing is Elder Lyons. He
Kodiak.
risked everything. Went in outmanned and outgunned. I'll never be able to thank him enough. So I do my best to serve the Brotherhood. I know that's what he really wants. In time, I'm sure you'll understand.
Did someone in the Citadel train me in power armor?
Paladin Gunny can train you, but you'll need permission from Elder Lyons first. You can usually find him near the lab.
Someone, can he?
I'm sure Gunny could train you, but he won't. Not without permission.
Thoughts on the Enclave?
There's meat under that armor, and meat can be ground.
Did you share anything about the Supermutants?
Hell, I've killed more of those yellow Frankensteins than any other member of the Pride. Except maybe Gallows, those crazy solo night ops of his.
Tell me about Lion's Bride.
Now, I see the Brotherhood's one thing, but the Pride, best of the best. Every damn one of us. Handpicked by Sentinel Lyons herself.
What's your combat specialization in Lion's Bride?
Hell, I do it all. Recon, demolition, tactical assault. Guess you could say I'm the Pride's jack of all trades.
I have to go.
Strength and steel, friend. Hail. What aid can I offer you, outsider?
Oh.
Steel be with you.
The Brotherhood is at your service. Glad to see you and that egghead Lee made it here in one piece. I heard what happened to that purifier. Hell of a thing.
So any thoughts on the Enclave?
Man, I don't know. Fighting uglies is one thing, but we've never gone up against anyone that well trained or organized. Even their tech is better.
Better armor, better
Don't get me
weapons.
wrong. The Pride's in it to win it. And I'll go down shooting if I have to. I just hope I don't have to.
What can you share about the mutants?
Man, nothing dies like an ugly. I once saw Colvin snipe the leg off one at 200 yards. Thing pirouetted like a figure skater.
Can you tell me about Lions?
You, my friend, are talking about the most elite fighting force ever assembled within the Brotherhood of Steel. Each of us was handpicked by Sentinel Lyons herself. You can't even realize what an honor that is. Sarah defines combat excellence.
It's your job in the
Me?
Lions Pride.
Heavy weapons, miniguns, missile launchers. If it's bigger than a human and goes boom, I'm all over it.
I have to go.
Back to it.
Yeah, that's their symbol there, Lions Pride. I think it's the lion in the Sentinel. Although there's been a, you know, yeah, see, lion, and then if you
Hail.
at this guy, no lion. Artemis.
What aid can I offer you, outsider?
Must have seen a lot of things. What's been going on?
What's been going on? Well, let's see. For years, we've been draining our resources defending the ungrateful residents of this no man's land. Most of my best friends have either been ripped apart by super mutants or left to join the outcasts. And now an enemy we faced more than 30 years ago has resurfaced, and their tech is still better than ours. What's been going on with you?
Outcasts? Who are they?
I really don't want to go into it. Go bug Scribe Bowditch. He could talk a dog off a meat truck.
So, thoughts on the Enclave?
As if we didn't have enough to worry about. Their weapons are better. Their power armor is better. Is their training better? We'll see.
Probably.
You know how many uglies I've killed? More than all of Lion's Pride combined. That's how many.
I doubt
All
that.
it takes is a loaded weapon and the will to use it. Oh, and a good way to get ugly blood out of your armor. Little bit of Abraxo and some water. Works like a charm.
You're a cocky son of a bitch.
What do you need to find?
I actually don't need.
Very well.
I'm pretty memorized of the location.
Well, what's your tactical appraisal of our
lost.
situation?
Enclave seems like fortified the purifier complex. With those vertebrates, they're able to transport personnel and
I thought as much.
Has not always been enough.
The Brotherhood is at your service.
Hello.
Hail to you, stranger. I am Knight Captain Dusk, in service of Steel. If you require anything, simply ask.
What's your story?
My story? I blow the head off anything more than 200 meters downrange. I'm the best shot in the Brotherhood of Steel, bar none. Not even Colvin can match my kill count. That's my story.
Sure, bud. I mean, you were the best shot. You were the best shot. I'm here now.
Hey, wasteland humor. I like that. Got any more, funny man?
Any thoughts on the Enclave?
Honestly, I can't wait to see if one of those helmets can stop a hollow point round at 100 yards. I'm thinking, not.
Pretty campy of you.
I can tell you that those heavily armored ones, the Masters, they favor heavy weapons. Miniguns and missile launchers. My recommendation? Headshot from a distance. Avoid the meat grinder.
Yeah, you're the sniper, we get it.
We're the most elite tactical unit ever assembled in the Brotherhood of Steel. Here or anywhere else. Hell, ain't nothing Sarah's Cubs can't handle.
Probably.
I'm a sniper with the Pride. Put any muty bastard within 1 mile of me and my rifle, and, well, pack it up, troops. Fight's over. Colvin thinks he's a better shot. Man's delusional.
I want to find this Colvin boy.
Stick to the shadows.
Right.
Hello, Gallows.
Yes? I'm glad that we understand one another.
Good point. Listen, let's talk about this some more later, okay? I have a decent tactical plan I can run by.
All right.
I have those results you asked for. I sent them over to you.
Hail.
Hey. I believe the terminal's in here. Oh,
You
Lions.
just managed to get yourself into all sorts of trouble, don't you? Welcome to the Citadel. Not many civilians get to see the place.
Yeah, and apparently I get to grab whatever I want. Can someone in the
Paladin
Citadel
Gunny
train
instructs
me?
all initiates in the use of power armor, but only after they've undergone a rigorous training regimen. Considering all that's happened, my father may grant you special permission, but you'll need to ask him yourself.
Any thoughts on the Enclave?
I've read the reports, seen the initial scans, but I can hardly believe it. I figured those radio transmissions were just old recordings. Never figured the Enclave would actually show up, in the flesh. But don't worry. Whatever they try, we'll be ready for it. I'll lead the Pride to knock them out tomorrow, if
in their recordings,
my father permits it.
Like the Brotherhood and the Outcast, which assumes that it's not old.
You've seen them, so you know what we know. What more is there to say? If we can figure out where they're coming from, we might be able to stop them. If not...
I know where they're coming from.
It's the best of the Brotherhood, bar none.
Radiation.
No one gets in without my say-so.
Nice. Can I get in?
In my father's name, I bid you farewell.
Damn, why does it sound like you're about to die or something? There you are. Alright. DC Vault listings. Vault 76. Equipment assurances. Number 76. Construction date. Ending date. Documents. Blah, 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 blah. You can read it. Oh, no, I did read it. Sorry. Vault 76. Personal assignments. One of the 17 control vaults will operate exactly according to the plan indicated in the marketing material provided by Vault Tech and precisely to residents' expectations. The vault will open automatically after a period of 20 years, and residents will be pushed back into the open world for a study in comparison to other experiments. Project goals. Access restricted. Vault 87. Equipment assurances. One Gek. What we're looking for. Personal assignment. No. Wait, can I do it again? No. Project goals, extra restricted. Oops, no. Sorry, it's been a while since I played, so I'm just trying to get to it. Vault 92, personal assignments, corrupted. Equipment. Musical instruments, itemized in the menu. It's the musical notes. Project goal, extra restricted. Vault 101, equipment assurances, no. Personal assignments, error. This terminal's pretty shit. Equipment assurances, Oh. 95 subjects and 12 researchers. Atomics, nuclear power. Personal assignments. Overseer Dr. Albert Learis. Additional personnel. Archives notes. This information has been redacted at the course of Dr. Albert Learis of the Psychological Research Establishments and Chief Overseer of Vault 101's projects. All inquiries, goals, research methods are to be directed through his office. 108. Equipment. Note from admin, we are aware that the steam whistle is only sufficient to power this project partially. Please do not file any further reports on this issue. Not standard issue. Do not select standard equipment. Personal assignment. Brody Jones, Chief Staff. Personal assignments. Moral Officer, research. All standard precisions have been intentionally left unfilled and will be assigned by the Overseer according to the Vault 108 protocols, according to the pre-assignment medical tests. Mr. Dr. Jones, Mr. Jones has a genetic disposition for rare, terminal strain of cancer, which should be an ideal cause for him to expire within 40 months of the project's inception. These two events might combine to allow proper catalyst that allows the project to continue as planned. I assume the project was still... Yeah. I'm not sure. Back. 112. Equipment assurances. Oh yeah, this is Bronze. Dr. Braun, additional personnel, research due to the nature of this project, the highly system designed to support it. Yeah, That's it. Vault Tech personal assignments. Error. Order question for error. Nice. Maxis archive. Maxis family. Okay. Let's get to this. Maxis. Roger Maxis. Born, not applicable. Died 2135. Second in command of the security force task force stationed at West Tech Research Facility, later located to Mariposa Military Base. Assumed command after a nervous breakdown of security team leader Colonel Robert Spindell. Executed scientists after learning their research into forced evolutionary virus, or FEV. Third from military just before the war. Maxis ordered families of all base personnel be brought inside the facility, therefore sparing their lives. Led supervisors in their exodus to Lost Hills bunker. Maxis' wife was killed on the journey at Lost Hills. Roger Maxis formed the Brotherhood of Steel as the organization's first High Elder. He formed the Order's Paladins, Knights, and Scribes. Maxis 2. Born, not applicable, teenager of unspecified age in 2077. Died 2155. Took over command of the Brotherhood of Steel as High Elder in 2135 when his father, Roger Maxis, died of cancer. 2155, while hunting on a group of raiders known as the Vipers. Maxis, who was unhelmeted at the time, was grazed in the head by an arrow. Deadly viper poison killed him within hours. John Maxon, born 2095, died not applicable, son of Max's second, grandson of Roger Maxon. If the soldier John Maxon was promoted to the rank of Paladin at the age 35 in the year 2135. Soon after he was promoted once more to head Paladin. In 2155, Maxis was promoted to the illustrious position of High Elder when his father, Maxis II, was killed in glorious battle with the raiders known as the Vipers. Records indicated that John Maxon had some dealings with some mysterious figure and identified only as the Vault Dweller in the year 2162, the age of 65. That's Vault 101. That's Fallout 1, sorry. New entry, Scribe Arthur Maxon. Born 2267, died not applicable. The only sign of Jonathan and Jessica, both deceased. Last of the Maxon bloodline, as an infant sent to the Citadel to be fostered by Elder Owen Lyons. The reason for a decision was twofold. One, the recent international conflict amongst the Western Brotherhood of Steel created was an unsafe environment for the child. It was believed that the Citadel, despite being located in hostile territory, would increase his probability of survival. Two, Elder Lyons at the time was in high favor with the elders. Western elders deemed the perfection candidate for provides care and training in the Squire. These events have led to a lack of communication with the Western elders. As a result, Squire Maxon will remain in the Citadel indefinitely. State of Maxon. State of Maxon, the new California Republic, was built in close proximity to Lost Hills Bunker to the enjoyed protection of Brotherhood of Steel. No additional formations this time. Diary of Roger Maxon, Volume 1. Yeah, you basically could just learn everything about why he did everything during the pre-war times. I'm not gonna read them all. It's basically just him finding out that that West Tech was using the FEV to make super mutants, and then he killed all the
I sent them over to your station.
Then, formed the Brotherhood of Steel.
Hail, outsider. I am Scribe Jameson. Word of your ordeal has spread. I am truly sorry for the loss of your father. But if I can help you in any way, please let me know.
I have some questions about the Brotherhood.
Ah, one of my favorite subjects, of course. What would you like to know?
What does the Brotherhood believe?
We believe in technology, in the triumph of the creations of the ancients over the horrors and evils of the wasteland. We believe in trust. Trust in technology. Trust in our fellow brothers. Trust in our elders. Ah, and we believe in victory. Our forces have...
Oops.
We believe in trust. Ah, and we believe in victory. Our forces have dwindled, but still we fight on. Super Mutant, Enclave, it matters not. Surrender is not an option.
Who are the members of the
Elder
Brotherhood?
Lyons leads us. Star Paladin Cross is his seneschal. Sentinel Lyons, the Elder's daughter, commands the Lion's Pride, our elite combat squad. The Paladins lead the Knights. The Knights are the core of the Brotherhood. They scour the waste to eliminate evil and recover technology. Scribe Rothschild oversees the scribes in their duties to seek knowledge and restore the technology the Brotherhood has acquired.
What about the Brotherhood's history in this area?
We first arrived in the capital wasteland in 2255. In those first couple of years, we discovered the Citadel, super mutants, and Project Purity. Ah, the Purifier. What an undertaking. The work your father and his team did was amazing. The Brotherhood helped protect them, you know, at least for a little while. But we were stretched thin as it was, even back then. We had to pull our forces out. When we did, the place was overrun. I imagine that's when your father left.
Pretty easily.
I'm sorry. I wish things had turned out differently.
That's all I need to know.
Very well.
Found a Brotherhood holo tag. What should I do with it?
You have? Oh my. This brings to light a sad affair for the Brotherhood. But perhaps it is something that you can assist us with. If you have the time, I have an offer for you.
Sure, I got all the time in the world.
Good. As I'm sure you've noticed, the Brotherhood operates all over the DC ruins, often detached from the main base here at the Citadel. We're short on communication equipment, so many of the groups in the field operate as independent cells, without standing orders. Sometimes, I'm afraid that their missions end in their deaths. As Keeper of the Scrolls, it's my charge to write of each fallen brother's deeds.
And without radio equipment, you can't keep track of them?
Exactly. A brother fallen in the field may have no one to carry word of his death back to me. In calmer times, we could send detachments and messengers to learn their fates, but with our manpower stretched thin, we have no such luxury. Which is why I must now ask you for your help. Each brother wears a holotag like the one you found. Should you find any of the fallen brethren in the field, I ask that you return their tags to me, so that I might record their deeds in the scrolls.
Okay. It's not really that bad of a deal. What are the scrolls you mentioned?
Scrolls are kept by the head librarian of each Brotherhood bunker. The scrolls are a record of the Brotherhood itself. Into each scroll is written the name and deeds of each of our brothers. Battles, what technology is recovered, when he was promoted, everything. The last entry for each brother is that brother's death. It is important, as the way a man dies is just as important as the manner in which he lives. And so, each man who nobly serves the Brotherhood ascends into our history, to be remembered by those who come after him.
Where can I find these holotags?
They are on our fallen brothers throughout the DC ruins. However, I can't give you a full report on the locations of all of our operations. As I said, many of the units in the field operate independently, sometimes not reporting into the Citadel for weeks or months.
It's really a bad system, but, you know. Why can't you send your own people to send these holotags?
As I told you, with the increase in super mutant activity and Elder Lion's edicts regarding our goals, we are critically short on manpower. Any soldier that I would ask to do this task is one less soldier fighting in the field or defending the Citadel. As much as I hate to involve outsiders, it is necessary if I am to properly maintain the scrolls to honor the dead.
I see. What's my reward if I bring you to
We have access to a great deal of technology, and because of that, there are a number of things that we can continue to produce. I will be able to offer you caps for the tags you bring me, but from time to time, I will be able to give you something a bit more interesting.
Forgot about that. Wanted to ask about tags.
Yes.
I got some.
Have you? It saddens me to hear of my fallen brethren, but their names and deeds shall be records. Tell me, how many have you found?
Like 5 or something like that. Pick them all.
Their names shall be written into the scrolls, to be remembered forever. As for you, here's your reward.
Jesus, 100 caps per? It's more than the books. Actually, I think the books are the same, but that's a lot.
Well, there are a number of orders within the scribes, each dedicated to a specific area of research.
What are the orders?
The Order of the Sword is responsible for weapons research and development. Guns, ammunition, anything of an offensive nature. Defensive research is done by the Order of the Shield. Power armor, defensive structures, anything that is intended to protect us. The Order of the Quill preserves the written knowledge of the ancients, seeking out all manner of books and holotapes.
Yeah, I've met one of your scribes before.
Actually, I am proctor of the Order of the Quill. I oversee the archives and library here in the Citadel.
I assume that means
We
you're
are dedicated to preserving the history of the Brotherhood, as well as unearthing the secrets of the pre-war civilizations. We have a single field associate, Scribe Yearling. She operates out of the former Library of Congress to the northeast.
Pretty sure I was there. She buys.
Very well.
I sell her books. So what's the thoughts on the Enclave?
Quite a few. But most are distinctly unladylike and unworthy of discussion. I will tell you that the Brotherhood has encountered the Enclave before, and their motives were just as sinister then as they are now.
Interesting. Care to share anything about the supermutants?
The Brotherhood has been battling supermutants for decades. First out west, then in Chicago, now here. But this group of supermutants is different somehow. Physically, yes, but mentally as well. If we knew where they came from, we'd know why.
I have to go.
I look forward to our next meeting.
Colas. I believe B-Wing is where Elder Maxon's room is. It's like... Yeah, it's like barracks and like... the Elder's room. This is... I think this is, this face is, Fire Maxon, Bailey access. Yeah. Guess it's just the basic terminal.
Need something, friend?
Hail.
What aid can I offer you, outsider?
Huh.
Steel be with you.
Hello.
Hail to you, stranger.
Hail to
I am
you,
Squire
stranger.
Maxon, loyal servant of Steel. It is an honor to make your acquaintance.
Relax, Squire, I don't bite.
I plead for your pardon if my behavior offends you, sir. We don't get many visitors in the Citadel. The Brothers and Elder Lions are excellent teachers, but I get nervous about the protocols. The Codex says that outsiders are not to be trusted. Shield yourself from those not bound to you by steel, for they are the blind. Aid them when you can, but lose not sight of yourself, it says.
Understandable. I met a lot of dangerous people myself.
It's not simply the outsiders that we are wary of. Anybody who has not taken the oath of fraternity is suspicious to us. The Codex says, fear those who do not pledge to the Brotherhood, for though their eyes may be open through service, they are now blind. But it also tells us, give way your suspicions to the wisdom of thine elder. Where he shows trust, so shall you. Elder Lions trust you, so you are free to stay here.
Aren't you a little young for all of this?
Oh, well, you see, I am descended from the great Roger Maxon, founder of our order. I am the last of his line. They say my soul was forged from eternal steel, but I don't believe that. I'm really just a normal boy. I was sent to the Citadel many years ago to be fostered by Elder Lions, but that was before the Western Elders lost faith in the Elder. I really don't know if I'll ever get home, but, well, I kind of like it here. Sentinel Lions has been very kind to me. She's taught me so much.
What do you make of the Enclave, Squire?
You're asking me what I think about the Enclave? Well, the Brotherhood of Steel has actually faced the Enclave before. Back west. More than 30 years ago, according to our chronicles. Judging from those records, I'd say their soldiers are outfitted in advanced power armor Mark II. It's pretty strong. Better than our power armor. And some of their technology is amazing. Vertibirds, plasma weapons that can turn a man to goo. Does that help?
I don't suppose you know anything about the super mutants.
Oh yes! I've studied them quite a bit since I've been here. They're not all the same, you know. Besides the regular ones. There are also brutes. And after them, the masters. They're really tough.
And the overlords.
But the worst of all? The behemoth!
Nah.
He's a giant! I saw one once, outside the Citadel walls. So scary. The super mutants are all over the city ruins. But Elder
Actually, I've killed
Lyons
two.
doesn't actually think they're from there,
about it.
or we would have found their home by now. It kind of seems like they're looking for something, but we're not really sure what that is.
Don't actually make you fight, do they?
No. But I could. I know I'm ready. I mean, it would be scary, but it's not fair that I have to sit inside while the knights go on patrol. I did go out one time, you know. Sarah, Sentinel Lyons took me out, just to show me. I killed a super mutant too, I swear. I also sort of shot Sarah, but just a little. It was just a flesh wound.
Have to go.
Very well.
Kid's got Kid's got charm.
Yes.
Oh,
What's your tactical assessment of this new
So what's the latest report?
Let me just pick this lock, which has it's green, not red, so I don't think it's illegal to be caught picking it. I just don't wanna. I don't actually want to get caught. Damn it. Ding. Smugglers and his unique laser pistol. Yeah, so it's illegal to sleep.
Personnel at a remarkable rate.
Let me just hack into this computer too. Obviously the password is Puppet Master. Clearly the password is oops, I clicked it on appreciation. Hackerman, I'm in. Precautions, maybe? I know it's not subterranean. Wait, no, it might be. Bullet shed. Can't look back. Appreciation. Verification? Yeah. Appreciation had a lot, if I remember correctly. That's why. Squire Maxon progress report. Squire Maxon's training is proceeding well, for the boy certainly has the aptitude for small arms, but I often worry about his emotional state. He's a child surrounded by killers, being groomed to become a killer himself. Maybe I've become too cynical, too soft in my old age, but I wish I could give the boy a more normal childhood. Ironic, considering his upbringing is so much like my own. Maybe that's what scares me. Sarah's birthday. Also forget that Sarah's birthday this year. Certainly send across the city to peruse the shops and pick something up. Something pretty. Sarah might have forgotten she's a woman, but I haven't, and neither have the rest of the brothers, judging by the looks they give her. Save lock override, which I don't need to do because
So long.
I picked the lock already. Personal logs. Notes. Personal log. Oh yeah, I have a lot of... Be the people. Revelations 21:6. I am Alpha Omega. Scribe Jibison's report. I have read a number of reports of Nylons and Knights died in the field. It's unthinkable, but I understand. Basically, I can't do it. Or I'll try.
According to our latest reconnaissance report, Enclave soldiers have taken complete control of the Project Purity facility. They brutally murdered innocent scientists, including James. He went there to revive the project and died for his efforts. They will answer for their crimes. I haven't worked so hard just to sit idly by and watch the Enclave undo what little we've accomplished here.
Another glorious day in this man's army.
Let's read this before we continue. What's his face's documents. Diary entry 1. This is Squire Maxis's terminal, by the way. Let's see, read this. Hi, Squire Maxis, how's the best kid in the Citadel doing today? Stupid Scribe Rothschild in his stupid lab. All I want to do is talk to the robot and see if he'd be my friend. So what if he can't walk? Entry 2. Yesterday, Sarah taught me to kill a man by stabbing him in the kidneys. I think I'm in love. Sorry, Guardians of the Gilly found. Well, it's the book. I'm not gonna read the book. And poem, Guns and Bullets. Oh. First is no, I've been reading his copy of Guns and Bullets. I should probably keep it that way. I mean, it's right there under his bunk in the den. What did he expect? I wonder if I could just go steal it.
Here I sit in the safety of the Citadel, while the people of the wasteland thirst and suffer and die. Here I sit a failed, feeble old man. What have I really accomplished?
Hail.
Well, what's
How many have I truly helped? The super mutants still roam rampant. The people still die of thirst and radiation. The Western elders cease to acknowledge my existence. Some of my own people have even gone outcast. And now the Enclave, technologically superior, infinitely resourceful. The time has come to pass the mantle to more able hands. But is she ready?
Hey, Sawbones, you dumb son of a bitch. This is Glade. I hacked your terminal again. Now change your password before I delete all your stupid robot poetry. Winky's tongue face. Casualty report, Paladin Blanche, honorable death in combat, Redding, honorable death in combat, Stein, MIA, presumed dead / honorable death in combat, honorable death in combat, honorable death in combat, suicide, honorable death, MIA, honorable death, MIA, honorable death, training, accident, investigate pending, honorable death in combat. Notes on the Pentulant Appendicotomy? Rotary saw is efficient, but suturing of incision provided ineffective. High intensity heat cauterization provided successful. Operation outcome success. Patient pain discomfort irrelevant. Probability future procedure 100%. Hovering contemplatively a poem. Northern Steel blood is red. Ionic medical pulse beams are blue. Steel is better than flesh, and artificial intelligence subprocessors of 2. Medical storage lock override. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. But let's grab some free shit, right?
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Initiate Tirage protocol.
Medical procedures initiated. Administering Error!
Sawbones has damaged you. Ouch, that hurt. What the hell?
There has been an error in the medical subsystem. Please run a level 2 diagnostic.
Run a level 2 diagnostics on the medical subsystem.
Command accepted. Beginning level 2 systems diagnostic. Please stand by.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Diagnostic complete. Results indicate a level 7 degradation in neural pathway 0x63A82. No further information available.
Close pathway and reroute remaining. What is this pathway responsible for?
Neural pathway 0x63A82 governs the motor control interface, bridging the main medical software and the unit's manipulator arms. The current damage level would cause erratic behavior, potentially forcing the unit to behave outside of design parameters.
Say, could I reprogram you to kill people?
Negative. The Mr. Gutsy field medic model is incapable of harming human beings through intentional action.
Close neural pathway and reroute the mending.
Neural pathway 0x63A. Full motor functions restored. Diagnostic reveals no critical failures.
Initiate triage. At least it works.
Medical procedure complete.
Yes.
Acknowledge.
What was that for? You hurt me.
There has been an error.
We did it. We fixed the robot. Where was it going now? Oh yeah, I wanted to check out the Smuggler's End. How much damage does that have compared to my 190? More damage. And more ammo capacity. Forgot if this is a shotgun. Nope. It's predictions gates. But I think it should be a shotgun. To the lab to talk to Elder Lions. About learning how to use power armor. Where art thou, Lions?
Hail.
Hello. It's around here somewhere. Oh shit. It scared me, Sharon. One of these people.
I need to collect my wits and figure out what to do next. Excuse me.
You're a bit late today, sir. I was afraid that you weren't coming. As per my report that I forwarded to you, development is on schedule.
Dummy.
Excellent. I'm a bit concerned, though. Last week you mentioned a possible delay in the secondary modifications.
I'm afraid that there may be a delay, sir. So far, I haven't been able to salvage a fellulator unit from the parts that we have on hand.
You will make do, Bowditch. You always do.
Yes, sir. Actually, perhaps I can fashion one out of... if you'll excuse me, sir, I have to jot something down before I forget.
You have my condolences. Your father was a good man.
Your eyebrows are weird. Can you tell me more about the Enclave?
The outcasts are a result of my greatest mistake, but a mistake I'm proud of nonetheless. When I came here, I realized for the first time that the Brotherhood's technology could truly save the survivors in this wasteland. I chose to help them, even if it meant putting the Brotherhood's interests at risk. Some of my soldiers called me a hero. Others called me a traitor. The dissenters left my command, calling themselves outcasts to mock me. I cannot fault their dedication, even if I find them lacking in compassion.
Pretty sure you're the ones that called them outcasts. Thought the protection of humanity was a part of the Brotherhood's oaths.
Only in a very broad sense. The Brotherhood's oaths are to protect humanity's progress, but not necessarily every human. The outcasts and members of the Brotherhood in other places consider it a waste to protect most people. After all, they say, everyone knows how to make another human, but the secrets to making a P-94 plasma rifle are all but lost.
How do your remaining soldiers feel about the outcasts?
Even now, a year after they left, the wounds of their departure are still sore. Some of my soldiers are angry about it. They see it as an insult to me. Bless them for their loyalty. They're more angry about it than I ever was. Others understand their decision. Sometimes I hear them wondering if they should have gone with them. I can't blame them, but I stand by my decision, and I respect theirs.
Has your decision been worth it?
Has it been worth the cost in lives and resources to protect people like you from the super mutants? You tell me. I suspect my daughter's squad helped save your life, and most of our recent recruits have come from those we've saved over the years. It's cost us, but we've saved many lives, and made the capital wasteland a place where people can live. Yes, I'd say that's been worth it.
That's enough about the outcasts.
Yes. Let's speak of other things.
What do you know about the Enclave?
More than anyone else, I dare say. Certainly enough to know they're the greatest threat the capital wasteland has ever faced. The Brotherhood of Steel has encountered the Enclave before, you see. Over 30 years ago, back in California.
Yeah, during
Then they were led by a President Richardson. Now we've got this Eden to contend with. It matters not now. As before, they seek to control and destroy. All in the guise of restoring order. Your father, I fear, was just the beginning.
I feel like my father killed himself, but, you know, I understand what you mean. Them being there is the reason why he ended up doing that, but, you know, that's just how the game is, right? We have to make the Enclave evil because they're the bad guys.
The Brotherhood is an old organization going back to the years just after the war. We are but a part of it. What would you like to know?
If you're just part of the Brotherhood, where's the rest of it?
The Brotherhood began on the West Coast and exists there still. We were dispatched to this location many years ago. In truth, the Brotherhood of Steel has been struggling for years, both here and back home. Honor, truth, courage. These virtues seem to have little meaning in these troubled times, I'm afraid.
Why are you here in the Capital Wasteland?
Ah, no. That's the real question, isn't it? Our orders were, and are, to acquire any and all advanced technology. And we have, to the best of our abilities. But when I realized the extent of the super mutant threat, I felt it was my responsibility to aid the people in their struggle against them. Unfortunately, my superiors back west disagree with my assessment of the situation. They feel I've grown too attached to the local populace. And they're right. In any event, the Enclave's arrival changes everything.
I assume so. How long have you been here?
It's been over 20 years since we arrived, and we've been struggling to contain and eradicate the super mutants for nearly as long. With the arrival of the Enclave, I have a terrible feeling the super mutants are the least of our worries.
All I wanted to know.
So be it.
I'd like to know more about the Brotherhood of Steel.
What more did you want to know?
Oh. Anything you can tell me about super mutants?
Would you believe no? It's pathetic, really, considering we've been fighting those abominations for nearly 20 years.
Technically longer.
In all that time, all we've managed to do is to contain the threat, hold them back so they don't overrun every blasted settlement out here. But we don't really know anything. Where they're from, why they've infested the DC ruins. And now here we are, holed up in our Citadel. Low on resources, low on troops. It's enough to make an old man so very tired.
I'd like permission to trade.
This is not normally something that we do. Trade with outsiders has proven to be problematic in the past.
But I'm such a nice guy, right?
However, considering the circumstances, so be it. I'll send word to Durga that you have full access to trade.
Nice. Also, can you know, give me permission to just wear armor too?
Considering the circumstances, I think it would be prudent if you received such training, yes. Speak to Gunny in the Bailey. He will train you in the proper use of power armor. Fear not, I will send word that I have given my approval. You'll find him in the Bailey. I will send word that I've given my approval.
You just said the same thing twice. So what's the deal with the robot?
Ah, yes. Everyone asks about the robot. Hard not to, I admit.
It's right there.
His name is Liberty Prime. Very patriotic. Built by a very proud nation during a very desperate time. We've had about as much success getting him working as they did. You should speak with Scribe Rothschild. He can tell you more.
I have to go.
Hail.
Yep.
Need something, friend?
Hello.
Oh, yes, hello. I've heard about you. We don't get many strangers here in the Citadel, especially those who walk about unescorted. I am Scribe Bowditch. If you require something, simply ask.
I mean, you could certainly try to have an escort on me, but it's certainly not going to work. Tell me more about the Outcasts.
It's a rather sad story, I'm afraid. Last year, some of our soldiers had grave disagreements with the decisions of Elder Lyons. Disagreements spiraled out of control, and there was a schism in the ranks. The loyal soldiers practically threw out the dissenters. Now they call themselves the Outcasts.
I mean, they're lucky they didn't kill them. What sort of disagreements did they have?
Where Elder Lyons has fought to protect the people of the capital wasteland, the outcasts demanded we move on and leave them to their fates. They insisted there was more important technology to be recovered in a scientific base in the ruins of Fort Independence to the west.
Yeah, I've been there.
As callous as their decision may be, it's more in line with our original mission. Elder Lyons is an inspiration to us, but to them, he's a traitor.
Who are the exiles?
The soldiers rallied behind Paladin Kasdan, who was one of Elder Lyons' original squad. They served together for over 20 years. Kasdan was well respected and every bit as loyal to the Brotherhood as Elder Lyons. He just disagreed with the interpretations of our oaths. But when disagreements turned into fistfights, he left with the outcasts. We lost more allies that day than we ever have to any battle.
Sounds like there was quite a loss. Was there any to reconcile with them?
Lyons and Kasdan would have to agree to any sort of reconciliation, and that's pretty unlikely. They're both quite proud and stubborn. Me, I just wish there was a way we could all agree that at least we're still on the same side. There are bigger problems out there after all.
What are you doing about them?
As much as some of our soldiers would like to see them shot for deserting, there's not much we can do. We're too busy with the super mutants. Meanwhile, they're busy seeking out new technology and trying to get back in contact with the Brotherhood out west. So our paths rarely cross, but it's never pretty when they do. I just hope things cool down before it gets worse.
Enough about the outcasts.
It is a rather discouraging subject, isn't it?
What do you scribes do?
Why, a great many things. There are 3 orders within the scribes, you see,
Yeah,
each dedicated to a different field of study.
Boy. Name the orders?
Of course. There's the Order of the Sword, Order of the Shield, and Order of the Quill. The Order of the Sword develops and maintains the Brotherhood's weapons. The Order of the Shield does the same for our power armor and defenses. The Order of the Quill is responsible for recovering and preserving knowledge, ancient and otherwise.
Which order do you serve?
I am Proctor of the Order of the Shield.
Oh,
I oversee the
sword.
others in my order and make sure our defenses are up to snuff. Do you know how long it took to fortify these ruins? From the husk of the Pentagon, I carved a grand citadel. No easy task, my friend.
Yeah, considering it looks
but that
pretty
was
ruined.
yesterday, when all we had to worry about was those damn super mutants. The Enclave, now, that's a different problem altogether.
That's all I needed. Thoughts on the Enclave?
They're sporting some pretty impressive power armor, I'll give them that. The Advanced Mark II. But that's all right. With a few modifications, our own armor will more than handle anything they throw at it.
Apparently not. Did you share anything about the super mutants?
They're relentless, like nothing I've ever seen before. I honestly think they see our brothers in power armor as some kind of canned meal. Some of the pieces we've had brought back, men and women ripped in half, some pulled through their armor.
Ugh.
Just horrible.
Can you repair my equipment?
I suppose that I can. The Brotherhood can make use of wasteland currency to trade.
Only 50. Can you tell me more about the Brotherhood of Steel?
Oh, yes, I can. In fact, I suspect I could write several texts on the various details of the Brotherhood. But I suspect you're in a hurry, so what particulars would you like to know?
What are the central beliefs of the Brotherhood?
I'm afraid the answer to that is a lot more nuanced than others might suggest. Brotherhood members are sworn to acquire and protect technology of the past, but not everyone interprets these oaths in the same way. Elder Lyons sees these duties as part of a larger dedication to protect the innocent. Some, like the outcasts, disagree with these priorities.
What would have been the highlights of your time with the Brotherhood?
I like to think that I've still got some big achievements left in me, although some of my joints seem to disagree these days. I'll tell you what the lowlights of my time have been, though. Every time I've been shot at. I'm a scribe, not a soldier.
What's the biggest challenge the Brotherhood ever faced?
It seems like whichever challenge we're facing is always the biggest one. Survival at first, then expansion, and now cohesion. We've seen plenty of wasteland freaks or would-be dictators. They're not too bad. At least we've faced that sort of thing before. But more recent events, like the schism with the outcasts, those are the problems that worry me.
Schism. That's it all for now. That's it.
Back to work.
Anyways, I'm gonna end the episode right there. So like, thank y'all for watching. Hope you stick around for the next episode of Corn Such a Thingy, and I shall see you then. Bye bye.